So y'all hold him up in prayer. But he brought his man, part of the executive board, one of the mentors and leaders. This young man, and I'll let him introduce himself, but I know him as EJ. But this man's an athlete, professional now. He's from this area, right? And he's going to speak to you. Oh, by the way, because I like to hype him up because he's real humble. He's also a published author, and so he has a book, and I'll let him explain that. So without further ado,
appreciate you, Otis. That's my family. I'm sorry. Otis, shout out New York. I'm gonna be real brief, real quick. You know, I see a lot of beautiful faces. It's blessed weather. It's beautiful weather. By God's grace, we're all healthy. We're here. We're alive. So, amen to that. I appreciate Otis and Professor Robinson for giving me this opportunity to speak. It's always a blessed time when I have opportunity to speak in front of people, because I'm a people person. I like, human interactions. I like looking. I like to smile. That's a smile right there. I like to smile, the beautiful weather. I like to be able to interact with people. And through the last couple of years, we haven't had that opportunity, obviously. We're able to get back to it, and that's a blessing. So, what Tina Richmond does, I'm going to speak a little bit about Tina Richmond. It helps the youth. It helps the kids. It's a mentorship program. It also gives them an opportunity and an avenue to explore what they want to do in life, whether that's college, whatever the case is, a sort of trade. And it gives them the opportunity to interact with kids their age. Like I just said, with COVID, we haven't had that opportunity. You have people and mentors like me that are 23 years old, less than 10 years than the children, and I could give them a nice segue and leeway into the world that they're gonna be facing soon. As I walked here, I'm seeing kids and they're playing, what's that thing called? Where you, cornhole. I'm not a country person, so I don't know what that is, but I'm looking at them play cornhole, and it's like, that's something that I didn't do when I was younger. That's an old generation type of thing, cornhole. And it's just so good because I see the smile on their face. I see them actually enjoying themselves. I see them staying away from their best friend, And like the saying goes, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. Well, technology has had and has given us an avenue to have our enemies close. Technology is a double-edged sword. The things that we have, the accessibility we have on technology, the information we have on technology, forces these younger generations to grow up faster than they have to. I've been in the area, my family's been in the area for 12 plus years. And when I was younger, we would see kids, like myself, running around outside, playing in the cul-de-sac, playing in the grass, football, basketball. And it was so beautiful to see these kids later grow up and graduate high school, grow up and graduate college. Seeing the same kids ride bikes around the street, seeing 10, 15 years later, their kids ride the same bikes up and down the street. That was a beautiful thing. That was the whole maturity of the area, the Northern Virginia area. We literally came from nothing. 10 years ago, we were dirt and trees. Now you see they're building the infrastructure up. We're rich in history. We're rich in history. But with this technology, now you see those same kids inside playing Fortnite, Call of Duty, unfortunately, right? Add me on the PS4 though, right? You see those same kids becoming more antisocial. What these kids right here are simply enjoying. Throwing the ball, human interaction, people. They're taken away, COVID has took away what makes us people. Our interaction with each other, our emotions with each other. So to keep a long story short, what Tina Richmond does is bring that back. It enriches the youth. It brings them to a place where they could socialize, where they could talk amongst each other, where they could incorporate the stuff that they've learned through life, pre-COVID, post-COVID, and during COVID, and take it and move forward in a positive direction. The majority of us need a guidance, need people around us that are positive, because lately in this world it's been very negative, right? Like, Don Robinson likes to say, it takes a community, it takes a village to raise one person or raise a kid. So let's come together and make a village for the youth because the older generation, you guys have lived, you guys have breathed, you guys have laughed, you guys have endured. And it's time to harden the kids that will endure so they could live, breathe, and laugh for their future. Thank you.
Give him a hand clap. There we go.
So,
Thank you,
brother, hold
brother.
on for a second. So, Teen Enrichment Network, how can we get a hold of Teen Enrichment Network? For all the youth out here and those who have youth, how can we get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you want to immediately get in contact with Otis, and Otis can immediately get in contact with Don Robinson. You know how we like to do. We delegate power. So you get in contact with Otis, or if you know, I'm going to be around for a little longer. If you want to give me your number, I can give it to Dr. Robinson, and then he could put you or your family in contact with the program and then go from there.
Yes, yes. So, to that point, my son is part of Teen Enrichment Network. I mean, obviously, my son is a Sigma Beta Club charter member, but he's also part of Teen Enrichment Network. And so they do awesome things for anybody who has youth. I think it's grades 8 through 12, right? Grades 8 through 12. They're an awesome mentorship organization. They first time my son joined one of their meetings, they had engineers from Dahlgren, they had banking professionals and things, so they get to a lot of hands-on stuff. So Teen Enrichment Network's awesome. So thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Let me talk to you a little more.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate it, man.
Hey, I'm gonna hand it back over to the DJ.